What up, stoners? Thank you very much for joining me in the first ever video for this channel. That's insane. I can't believe we got here. Let's go. To celebrate this situation, I wanted to take around 10 minutes of your time plus ads to explain some of the recent allegations that have been put against me. Now, many of you have been wondering why I haven't responded to these sooners, suggesting things that maybe I was hoping you would forget about it or that I was stalling to think of a proper response, and I just want to put that to bed. That is absolutely not the case. There are some truths in these allegations, but there's a lot of misinformation being spread about it. There's a lot of not truths in them, but lies, if you will. So I'm going to take some time to go over all of these, and if you take a look in the description down below, there will be timestamps to each apology, just in case you're in a rush and you need to hear me go over a specific one. So having said that, let's get into these. This one is the most recent controversy. It's going to be one a lot of people are looking for, so allow me to provide a little bit of context. A couple of weeks ago, something happened with me and a Chuck E. Cheese in Manchester, New Hampshire. I was there for a bachelor party. One of my buddies since high school was getting married. And the first thing I want to clarify right off the bat is, yes, I was intoxicated. That seems to be the only part that people are focusing on with this, and not the fact that the restaurant had lied to me, which is the side of the story that I want to present to you right now. Apparently, as of 2019, many of the Chuck E. Cheese establishments, including the one in Manchester, New Hampshire, began removing ball pits and sky tubes. Now, this was due to lawsuits regarding injuries, and just hygienic keep up as well was really hard, which I can kind of see it from their perspective, but honestly, in my opinion, to remove them entirely is just completely infantile. And nowhere was this advertised. So you've got me and about 20 of my buddies, we show up, collectively 5 bottles of Pink Whitney deep, and we're expecting to play inchworm tag in the tubes and pit. And that's just ripped away from us, you know, before one of us is married for the rest of their lives. And then one of the employees, a 15-year-old man by the name of Caden, came and informed me, and I was upset. I'm gonna say rightfully so. We did ride the carousel, but when we moved on from Pink Whitney number 5 to 6, it quite honestly wasn't cutting it anymore. And after this is where how I reacted could be interpreted as wrong. Using the 30 free tokens provided to each party member, I went over to the skee ball machines, swiped my card, let all the balls fly down, and I began hucking them around the restaurant, many of them unintentionally but accurately hitting Caden. 100% that was wrong of me. While I still feel my anger was justified, throwing skee balls at people, that can lead to blunt force trauma and that can lead to death, which is just never okay. I will leave links regarding blunt force trauma down in the description below. Together through the situation, we can become more educated. But as for the Chuck E. Cheese incident, I am sorry. But that's not the only thing I have to address today. The next incident that I want to go over is the next incident I want to go over is the leaked phone. The next incident that I want to go over is the leaked. The next incident I want to clear the air about. Clear the air about. That's what. The next incident I want to go over is the leaked phone call between. The next incident I want to clear the air about. She sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. That should be good. Many munching mice munching many mini M&Ms. Replying, I want to provide some Fuck. The next incident I want to clear the air about is the leaked phone call between my mother and I. I had asked my mom as an early Christmas gift if she could get me a PlayStation 5, and she did get me a PlayStation 5, and I was super thankful for it. And that is a fact that is conveniently left out of this situation, is that I said thank you. I said thank you for it. However, when the PlayStation 5 arrived, it was the digital edition. And I had asked for the disc edition, which are two completely different things. Growing up, come on. A little something. Staring into the fucking lights. Something, come on. Growing up, I never felt like I had a voice in my own home. The one example I can think of is my family was planning a trip for Paris, and I had made a list of hotels that we could go to, and none of mine were taking into consideration. And this is where a lot of my anxiety stems from. It's something that I'm working on, but now I like to stand up for myself, and that seems to bother a lot of people. So after half a bottle of medicinal Pink Whitney, I called my mother regarding the PlayStation 5.
Hello? Stupid lying whore-ass bitch who was wrong about my perception skills because she's the stupid one who should have gotten an abortion if she didn't want to deal with me. Say, honey, what are you talking about?
Honey, what are you talking about?
The PS5, Mom. It's not the disc edition. Now I've got a bunch of DVDs and Blu-rays that are just breeding grounds for dust.
Ethan, are you being serious right now?
Yes, I am being serious. So what are you going to do to fix this?
What do you mean, what am I gonna do to fix this?
Now, my mom swears she didn't leak this phone call. I don't know who could have, but listening back on that with hindsight, I realized I could have handled my constructive criticism of my mother way better. So for anyone that my phone call with my mom offended, I am sorry. And I want that to sink in as I repeat it again. I am sorry. But that's not the last issue we need to talk about today. Yeah, babe, can you hear me?
Hey, babe, what's up?
Nothing. Listen, I'm just filming the apology video. I just got done with the part of my mom, and then I realized I have this massive erection I can't get away. I was wondering, do you want to fuck after this? Finally, I want to address the issue that has evoked the most detestation at me, which is, of course, the Comic-Con issue. I can't get tears out of me right now. I got an idea. God, fucking onions, man. Gonna have to go deeper. Imagine if I just cut my hand right now. Should be fucked, right? Give daddy something. Ooh. Oh, that's the stuff. Fuck me. Oh. A little bit more. Ah, shit. Comic-Con, as many of you know, is a 2-day event run by me for book lovers. I'm a book lover, everyone knows that. It's where I get my wealth of knowledge from, and I want to share that wealth with everyone else. I'm a sharing person. What happened was the team and I had underestimated the needs of those attending. For the entire 1 night and 2-day stay, we anticipated about 300 attendees, and what happened was about 400 people showed up, which is a greater success in its own, but it turned out we didn't have enough food to feed any of them. I thought that a group of adults would be able to feed themselves, bring some trail mix or like Uber Eats something, but apparently you can't count on that. I mean, I even brought my own Pink Whitney, but it ended up being a total mess. Do I think that the mass amount of people with low blood sugar blew this out of proportion? Yes, 100%. I think anyone with a brain could see that. We also did have a similar situation with bathrooms and water, but I'd prefer not to have to kind of retread the same ground, so I'd rather just move on to the next part of this. Just rest assured, it's not important. Then there was the second part of the controversy, which was, I think the onions are running out. Hold on. Need to loosen up. Loose. I tell you, man, I don't know what the fuck Barstool Sports is, but my God, do they make a good drink. God, this shit's disgusting. I don't know why I try to drink fucking tea. Ooh, okay. Well, that makes me feel apologetic. Now for the second part of the controversy, the Comic-Con part of it. For those of you who don't know, Comic-Con is a similarly named event, except instead of a gathering of intellectuals, a bunch of freaks in anime costumes come and play the latest Nintendo and argue amongst themselves. If like young Sheldon will appear in a post-credits scene of Stranger Things, it's an event. While the events are completely different, there is no denying that they have similar sounding names, and that was why I did put forth a lawsuit for copyright infringement against Comic-Con. Twitter, YouTube, all the places that people go to just complain said that I was overreacting, that I had no right, which is insane to me, including public figures, including one Ms. Pop star Carly Rae Jepsen, who said that Comic-Con has been around for like ever. And Clearly, if you do a little bit of research and look at Miss Jepson's tweet, you can see that she uses a comma right here, clear copyright infringement, so I put forth a lawsuit against her. I apologize if these lawsuits have been interpreted as unnecessary or any kind of distress, but as the one who has steered this channel towards its first ever video, which congratulations, by the way, congratulations for me, I have a brand reputation to think of. I think of these as needed justice. However, if they did upset you, I am so sorry about that, sincerely. So in conclusion, I'm sorry if you misread any of the things that I did. I am going to take some time after this off of the internet, away from my platform, to really reflect on the way that I've been acting. But don't worry too hard, because I should be back in time for our hourly upload schedule. So once again, thank you to anyone who continues to support me after this. I promise you, when I come back in an hour, I will be a much more grown individual. Thank you. So in conclusion,